Hi, class. This is Brian Ellison, professor of politics and public administration at the University of Idaho. This is POLS 555, Seminar in Public Administration Theory, a course in the Master of Public Administration program. This is a very brief lecture, not lecture, it's just a little talk to make some clarifications about the seminar paper. The syllabus says, in addition to the 2 examinations and class participation, you'll be expected to complete 1 seminar paper. The theme of the paper is public administration theory. You're encouraged to think broadly and creatively in choosing a topic. The paper can take many forms, from a critical review essay to a formal research paper, but it must conform to strict academic standards for substance and style. Proper spelling, punctuation, grammatical correctness are all absolutely essential if you want a good grade on your paper. The expectations for the seminar paper will be provided in class. So when I gave that talk in class and also posted a video about how to write a paper, I was thinking I was providing the expectations for the seminar paper. So it's important that we revisit that and kind of get what we're doing there. So when we talk about paper writing, in that context I talked about structure, narrative, authority, and style, right? Style is going to be the grammar and all that kind of stuff. Authority is about why we cite references, right? Narratives look for a story to tell. Structure is the thing that throws people off. So the theory I'm giving you there on structure comes from how we write papers in science papers, how we report science, empirical findings, we could say. Empirical findings in political science or chemistry or biology or whatever the case might be when we've done a research project. But it lays out a foundation that we use to think about how we structure our writing through what I call an analytical framework, right? That is communicated to the reader through headings and subheadings. So we always have an introduction. We always have a conclusion. But we might be just doing a review of literature. In that case, we have an introduction, a review of literature, and a conclusion. Or we might be just doing a case study. In that case, we'd have an introduction, the section that I labeled methods, right? But that's your observation, your case study, and then a conclusion. The key here, the expectation, is that you decide what your product is going to be, and you define that product in your introduction. You say, I am going to do this. You write that down, you tell me how you're going to do it, and then you do it. That's the test, and that's basically the expectation, along with good writing, punctuation, grammar, and style, and those sorts of things. So as to the substance of the paper, this is a very broad field, and you can take a variety of different approaches to it. So, for example, you could write about an institution. You could say, I'm going to write about the Bureau of Reclamation, where it came from, some of its history, what it's designed to do. That would be a very public administration sort of case study, right? A story about an institution. Or you can also do a story about a public policy, which isn't quite in the field of public administration, but of the field, right? So you could say, I'm going to talk about environmental politics, or I want to write a paper about the Clean Water Act, or the Clean Air Act, or the National Environmental Policy Act. Some little piece that you're interested in. Or I said you could do what I call a review essay, a critical review essay. So for example, if you wanted to look at a book, it wouldn't be a book report. Instead, you'd have an introduction, and then you'd have a section about the book you've read, what is the book, and an overview of the book. And then you would do what critics have had. You'd have a section in which you'd place criticism of the book, right? So important books like the Good Cell book is going to have a lot of people who've written about it, who've written review essays themselves or book reviews, or have had something to say about that particular topic. And you put that into a section, and you might summarize on your own and have a conclusion. So you lay out what this analytical strategy is, right? And you organize it according to headings and subheadings. So that's the idea. You can take a piece of theory. You could do a paper on, the policy administration dichotomy. You could do a paper on, humanism in natural resource and public personnel administration, or performance budgeting. You could take a piece of or a theoretical approach. So you just find something that that interests you in this broad field and write about it. And it's 10 to 15 pages. I'm not enormously concerned about that. I encourage you to contact me if you don't know exactly what to do and you can't quite find a topic, or you want to bounce your topic off me. That would be just great. So good luck, and I hope to see your papers soon. I don't know how to conclude this one, but thank you very much. Bye.